Welcome to my YouTube channel. I will encourage you um, to please like, comment, and subscribe. You will find exclusive materials on this channel relating to NHS career pathway, and also you will find exclusive materials relating to NHS sponsorship opportunities. Please, before we go ahead, please do like, comment, subscribe, as well as part of your support for the channel. So, what am I talking to you about today? This is sponsorship planning through NHS as an international student. And why is this very important? It is very important because as an international student coming into the UK, you are making a massive investment in your career pathway. And in that career pathway investment always comes significant challenges, particularly what next. You've left your home country, possibly Nigeria or any part of Africa, and you've arrived in UK, you probably know little to nothing about the job market in UK. So you're actually out there trying to seek integration into the workforce. What do you do? Sponsorship is always going to be very important, especially if you're international students and you plan to stay in UK beyond your academic period. So what do you do? Four key things you need to do in order to gain your foothold in terms of gaining the right to remain in UK after your study. So what are the key four things you need to start planning immediately? Number one, upon confirmation of your admission with the university, the first thing you need to do is to start looking out for job opportunities in the UK, particularly focusing on 20 hours. And the 20 hours rule is always going to be very, very important as part of your development, career development. And what does this really mean? First and foremost, you are restricted to 20 hours job opportunity under the current immigration rule as stipulated by the Home Office. So, where is the best place for you to actually do your 20 hours? If you are an international student and you're already planning what next for you after your academic degree, it is best for you to seek job opportunities within the public sector, most importantly, the NHS. Now, what kind of 20 hours are there available in the NHS? You may ask. There are various administrative positions. If you go on nhsjob.uk, you will see various administrative part-time opportunities that are available that will provide you the necessary network and insight into how the system functions. And how do you go about achieving this? You start planning these before departing your home country, is Nigeria, for instance. Or if you're already in the UK, you can still do this as well. You have to invest time into writing a very comprehensive, detailed, and professional supporting statement, creating a very good job profile for yourself based on your experience from your home country if it's Nigeria. And then you put forward series of applications. Do not assume two, three, four applications might do it. You might be one of the very few fortunate people. But if it happens to be otherwise, you still need to put out series of applications. Do not let the unfortunate or rejected application deter you from putting forward further applications. Apply. The job market in UK is very, very competitive. So understand that you will need to do more than the usual. So you need to carry on applying until your interview opportunity will arrive. And when the interview opportunity arrives, do all your very possible best. Familiarize yourself with the trust, familiarize yourself with the department, and familiarize yourself with the job description and what they are looking for to make you a successful candidate when you get to the interview room. And on getting that 20 hours opportunity, you then start to do all the necessary developmental training, i.e., various training on either leadership courses, Excel, any IT training that might help you, and any relevant training that is also applicable to your academic program. For instance, things around project management, things around utilization of various applications, either Microsoft Project, PCs Primavera. You could have training on various reports writing, business case development, any relevant training that could help you as part of upskilling yourself. And then you start all with all these processes in place within your 20 hours. Yes, I recognize it's not going to be a very, very easy task, especially being a student. You have all the burden of going to school, putting assignments together, and making sure you pass, because that's also going to be very important in obtaining your post study if needs be. So then you come to the second phase, which is your dissertation phase. And this second phase is always going to be very crucial. Perhaps your first 20 hours role might be a band 2, band 3 position. Best case scenario, it could be a band 4 or a band 5. Very unusual to have a band 5 position on 20 hours, but it is doable. But if you happen to be a band 2 or a band 3 20 hours position and you've done all the necessary upskilling training that are required, when you enter your second phase, which is the point at which you're coming close to your dissertation, then 3 months window, you give yourself a 3 months window between that phase, between that period, to start applying for your so-called permanent role within the NHS. And why 3 months? This is to give yourself the necessary break and the necessary time that is required. So you have that 3 months window to put application forward for either your band 4, band 5, band 6 position, depending on whatever banding you're starting from, making sure that you aim for at least 2 band ahead of your current banding. And if you're able to secure a band 5 permanent position, perhaps it could be anywhere. So, why is it very important as well to be anywhere? The principle of social mobility is always going to play a key role in your career progression. Do not assume your job is going to come at the next door to your house. The UK doesn't work that way. You might be one of the very fortunate individuals to secure a role in that area, but you always have to factor in the principle of social mobility into your calculation. And I understand it's very costly, particularly when you're moving outside of your geographical area where you've established yourself. But unfortunately, you've come into a system whereby the principle of meritocracy is built around the idea of social mobility, whereby you might have to move outside your current area of work to gain the necessary promotion you might need. So, what do you need to do in that regard? You look for areas, any job opportunities, or band 4, band 5 that will give you the necessary career progression, or band 6 as well. If you're very fortunate to get a band 5 at the very beginning, or a band 4 at the point where you're coming close to your dissertation, if your first role is a band 4 in London, which particularly a certain area in London which carries the high cost, a certain area in London that do carry the high cost allowance, which is the additional top up payment that the hospitals put on top of your existing ongoing salary, you then might be able to cross the salary threshold of the 31,000 30,960 that is required for the new entrant visa. However, if you happen to find yourself in a band 5 outside of London, which starts from 29,000, that might not reach the salary threshold, but that would not be a problem. Still take the role. Very, very key to your development. Because what happens there on is you take on that role, you do it for another 6 months, thereabouts, you go on to your post study, and within 5 to 6 months in your post study, or 7 months into your post study, you start aiming for your band 7 position immediately. If you are already in a band 5 position, if you're in band 4, you might shoot for your band 6 immediately. And these areas all combine together, either your band 5, band 6, either your band 6, band 7, particularly. If you are able to get yourself a band 6 role anywhere in England, speaking about England particularly here, which starts from 36,000, as a student, you will qualify under the new entrant pathway of 30,960, therefore giving you all the necessary opportunities to secure your residency in the UK and having nothing to worry about. If you're band 4 in London, which is at the 31,000, offer you a sponsorship, is always going to be up to you to take it. But what is the most advisable position to take here is, if you have opportunity for post study, take on the band 4, go ahead with your post study, and then seek an advancement opportunity in other banding, particularly from band 5, 6. Band 5 in London will earn you about 35,000, which will then qualify for the new entrant pathway sponsorship. Band 6 definitely from 36,000, and band 6 in London is from 44,000. Band 6 outside of London is 36,000. That will also earn you the necessary sponsorship criteria you need as well. So, if what is the best thing to do in here is to make sure that you're very strategic and you actually have a detailed plan in place. And why is this plan very, very important? Because it helps you determine at what phase do you start to make the necessary move that will help you stabilize yourself in the country. Yes, all the things that have been discussed so far sounds very um, costly, and they are costly without any question and doubt about that. But you've invested massively in your academic program. Leaving the country of your origin is a massive, massive move you've undertaken. And in order to make sure that you can reap the reward of your hard work, all the monies you put into the academic program, coming into the UK, your accommodation, and going into the next phase of your career and your life in general, you have to understand that there will still be an extra investment to be made, and those extra investments comes from having to move one or two areas in terms of securing the right job that will give you the necessary sponsorship you need. And this is not going to be an easy task, but nonetheless it is achievable, and all the progress are within your reach. And I hope with the information you have now and all the knowledge you've gained from this video, you can be able to put some of these into practice and start making the necessary moves. So I will encourage you, please kindly subscribe, like, and drop a comment. And likewise as well, put your notification on for videos of this kind. And also look out for various webinars that will be coming up soon as well, which will be put up for notification. Thank you so much. Take care.